She texted, "Working late again. Don't wait up." For the 5th time this week. I replied, "All right, take your time." Then I checked the office location she mentioned. It was closed 3 hours ago. The dinner receipt I found later that night had 2 plates and her boss's name on it. When I sent her the picture with the caption, "Nice meeting," she went completely silent. I'm a 31-year-old software engineer, and until 2 months ago, I thought I had a pretty solid life. My girlfriend Emma and I had been together for 4 years. We lived in a decent apartment in the city, split everything fairly, and honestly, I thought we were heading toward engagement. She worked in marketing at a mid-sized tech firm, always ambitious, always talking about climbing the corporate ladder. I respected that about her. But 5 weeks ago, things started changing. Emma began staying late at work constantly. Not just an hour or two. I'm talking about leaving at 7 in the morning and coming home at 11 at night. The first time it happened, she texted me around 6 p.m., "Working late again. Don't wait up." I didn't think much of it. Big project, tight deadline, whatever. I ordered Thai food, watched some Netflix, went to bed around midnight. She came home around 12:30, kissed my forehead, and crashed. The second time was 3 days later. Same text, almost word for word. Then it happened again on Friday, and twice the following week. By the 5th time, I started noticing patterns. She'd come home smelling like wine. Not drunk, but definitely like she'd been drinking. Her clothes always looked perfect. No coffee stains, no wrinkled blazer from sitting at a desk for 16 hours. And she was always weirdly energetic when she got home, not exhausted like someone who'd just worked a brutal shift. The night everything changed was a Wednesday. She texted me at 7:47 p.m., "Working late again. Don't wait up." Meeting ran over at the downtown office. I was making pasta when I got it. I replied, "All right, take your time," like I always did. But something felt off. Emma's company had 2 offices, one near our apartment where she normally worked, and one downtown that mostly handled client meetings. I don't know what possessed me, but I opened Google Maps and searched for the downtown office address. Their hours were listed clearly, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. It was almost 8. They'd been closed for 2 hours. My stomach dropped. I sat there staring at my phone, trying to rationalize it. Maybe she meant a restaurant near the office? Maybe office was just shorthand for the general area? I went back to cooking, but I couldn't stop thinking about it. She came home at 11:23 p.m. I was still awake, sitting on the couch with the TV on mute. She looked beautiful, hair perfectly styled, makeup fresh, wearing the black dress she usually reserved for client dinners. She smiled when she saw me. "Hey babe, you're still up?" "Couldn't sleep," I said. "Long meeting?" "God, yeah. David wanted to go over the entire Q4 strategy. We ended up ordering food in because nobody had eaten." David, her boss. She'd mentioned him before, 40-something, divorced, one of those guys who wore expensive watches and talked about disrupting industries. I'd never met him. "Where'd you eat?" I asked, keeping my voice casual. "Just some Italian place nearby." Honestly, I was so tired I barely tasted it. I nodded. She kissed me goodnight and went to shower. I stayed on the couch, feeling sick. When I heard the water running, I did something I'd never done before. I went through her purse. My hands were shaking. I felt like an absolute psycho, but I couldn't stop myself. The receipt was in the side pocket, folded neatly. Bellissimo ristorante. 2 entrees, 2 glasses of wine, 1 dessert to share. Total, $127. Timestamp, 8:43 p.m. And at the bottom, in Emma's handwriting on the merchant copy, "Thanks, David," with a little smiley face. I took a picture of it with my phone. Then I put everything back exactly as I'd found it and went to bed. Emma came out of the bathroom 20 minutes later and curled up next to me, smelling like lavender body wash. I lay there staring at the ceiling until 3 a.m. The next morning, she left for work at 6:50 like always. I got up at 7, made coffee, and stared at that receipt photo for an hour. I kept trying to explain it away. Maybe it was a legitimate work dinner. Maybe other people were there and just didn't order food. But the handwriting, "Thanks, David," with a little smiley face next to it, that felt personal. I spent the whole day distracted. My boss asked me twice if I was feeling okay. Around 4 p.m., I decided to do it. I sent Emma the photo of the receipt with the caption, "Nice meeting." My phone showed "delivered" immediately, then "read" about 30 seconds later. I waited for the typing bubbles. They appeared, then disappeared. Appeared again, then disappeared. 5 minutes passed. Then 10, 20, nothing. She went completely silent. I left work early and went home. Emma usually got back around 6 on normal days. I made myself a drink, whiskey, neat, something I never did on weekdays, and sat on the couch rehearsing conversations in my head. She walked through the door at 5:47 p.m. Her face was pale, eyes red like she'd been crying. She saw me on the couch and just stopped in the doorway. "We need to talk," she said quietly. "Yeah, we do." She sat down in the chair across from me, not next to me on the couch like she normally would. That told me everything. "How long have you suspected?" she asked. My heart sank. I'd been hoping she'd have some explanation, that I was wrong. But that question confirmed it. "About a week," I lied. But honestly, I didn't want to believe it. She started crying. Not dramatic sobs, just silent tears running down her face. "I'm so sorry. God, I'm so sorry." "How long has it been going on?" 2 months. It started after the company retreat in August. We were both drunk, and it just happened. I told myself it was a mistake, that it wouldn't happen again. But then it did. August. The retreat had been a 3-day thing at some resort upstate. She'd come back talking about team bonding and how David had given this inspiring speech. I'd been happy for her. "Are you in love with him?" I asked. My voice sounded flat, emotionless. "I don't know. I don't think so. It's not about love. It's about, he makes me feel important. Like what I say matters. Like I'm not just someone's girlfriend. I'm a person with ideas and ambitions." "I never stopped you from having ambitions." I know you didn't. This isn't about you. It's about me being selfish and stupid and throwing away something good because I got attention from someone powerful." We sat in silence for what felt like an hour, but was probably 3 minutes. "I think you should pack some things and stay somewhere else tonight," I said finally. "Okay?" She didn't argue. She went to the bedroom and started putting clothes in a duffel bag. When she came back out, she stood in the doorway again. "I really am sorry. I know that doesn't mean anything right now, but I am." "Does he know you have a boyfriend?" She looked at the floor. "Yeah, he knows." "Great. So he's just a piece of shit too." She left. I heard her car start in the parking lot below, then drive away. I sat on that couch until midnight, not moving, barely thinking. Just numb. Update 1, I didn't hear from Emma for 3 days. No texts, no calls, nothing. I found out later she was staying with her sister across town. I spent those 3 days in a weird fog, going to work, coming home, ordering food, sleeping. My friends kept texting, asking if I wanted to hang out, but I ignored them. On Saturday morning, Emma texted, "Can we talk? I need to get more of my things, and I want to explain." I told her she could come by at 2. She showed up right on time with 2 large suitcases. She looked terrible, no makeup, hair in a messy bun, wearing sweatpants. "I ended it with David," she said before I could even close the door. "I told him it was a mistake and that I'm trying to fix things with you." "What did he say?" "He was understanding. He said he felt guilty too, that it shouldn't have happened." I laughed. Actually laughed. "Oh, he felt guilty. What a stand-up guy." "I know you're angry. I'm not angry, Emma. I'm fucking destroyed. 4 years. We were talking about getting married. I was looking at rings." Her face crumpled. "You were?" "Yeah. 3 months ago I started saving. I had this whole plan for how I was going to propose. There's this Italian restaurant you love in Brooklyn, the one with the garden patio. I was going to take you there in October, wait until dessert, and do it there. I already talked to your dad. She was full on sobbing now. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Stop apologizing. It doesn't fix anything. She wiped her face with her sleeve. What do you want me to do? I want you to pack your stuff and go. I'll keep the apartment since my name's on the lease. Is there any chance you'd consider couples therapy? Working through this? I stared at her. Part of me wanted to say yes, but the bigger part knew better. No, I said. We're done. She nodded slowly and started packing. It took her about an hour. Books, clothes, bathroom stuff, that weird ceramic cat she loved that I'd always thought was ugly. When she was loading the last suitcase into her trunk, she turned to me. For what it's worth, these were the best 4 years of my life, until I ruined them. Yeah, I said. They were good. She drove away. I went back inside and the apartment felt massive and empty. Update 2. 2 weeks passed. I was starting to feel almost normal, or at least functional. Work helped. My best friend Mike came over most evenings with takeout and we'd watch basketball. Then I got a message on LinkedIn from someone named Jessica Tran. The preview said, "You don't know me, but we need to talk about David Chen." David's last name was Chen. I opened the message. Hi, I'm David Chen's ex-wife. We divorced 18 months ago. I recently heard he's been seeing someone from work. I recognized Emma from old company events. You should know David has done this before, multiple times. He's a serial cheater. He pursued a junior employee at his last company, got her fired when she ended it, and the company settled out of court. If you want to talk, I'm here. I wrote back, "Are you free for coffee tomorrow?" We met at a Starbucks downtown. Jessica was early 40s, professional looking. She brought a folder with her. I wasn't sure if I should contact you, she said, but I can't keep watching him hurt people. She opened the folder. Inside were printed emails, text screenshots, even a police report from when she'd filed for a restraining order during their divorce. David had manipulated multiple women, used his position to pressure subordinates into relationships, and destroyed their careers when things ended. The woman at his previous company, Rachel, had been 26 when David started mentoring her. When she tried to end their affair, he gave her negative performance reviews and pushed her out. She sued. The company paid her $180,000 to go away quietly. Emma doesn't know any of this? Jessica asked. I don't think so. That's his pattern. He love bombs them, makes them think they're special, then controls everything. Jessica slid the folder across the table. These are copies. Do what you think is right. I'm reporting David to his current company's HR with the settlement documents. That night I texted Emma. We need to talk. It's important. Not about us. She called immediately. What's wrong? Not over the phone. Can you come by tomorrow after work? Okay, I'll be there at 6. Update 3, Emma showed up at 6 exactly. She looked nervous. I let her in and we sat at the kitchen table. What's going on? She asked. I pushed the folder across the table. I met David's ex-wife yesterday. You need to read this. Emma opened the folder and started reading. I watched her expression change from confusion to horror to disgust. When she finally looked up, her face was white. Oh my God. Yeah. He told me his ex-wife was crazy, that she made up lies during the divorce. She kept reading. This woman, Rachel. She was my age when this happened to her. He did the same things, the same lines. Oh my God, I'm so stupid. You're not stupid. He's a predator. She started crying hard. I destroyed our relationship for a guy who's done this to multiple women. Jessica's reporting him to HR, I said. She wanted you to know what you're dealing with. I need to quit. Everyone's going to know. You document everything. You talk to HR yourself first. There are protections for employees in situations like this. This isn't just an affair, Emma. He was your boss. She looked up at me. Why are you helping me? Because he's a piece of shit and you deserve to know the truth. We're done, Emma. But I don't want to see you get destroyed by this guy. We talked for another hour. She'd contact a lawyer, document everything, and file a formal complaint with HR before Jessica did. When Emma finally left, she stopped at the door. Thank you. I don't deserve that, but thank you. Final update. It's been 3 months. Emma filed a formal complaint with HR the day after I showed her Jessica's folder. She documented every conversation, every late-night meeting. Jessica submitted the settlement documents. Within a week, David was placed on administrative leave. 2 other women came forward with similar stories. The company fired him 3 weeks ago. Emma quit anyway. She's working at a different company now, smaller marketing firm. She started therapy. We text occasionally, very cordial. We're not friends, but we're not enemies either. As for me, I'm doing okay. Better than okay. I've been dating someone new for about a month, met her through Mike's girlfriend. Her name's Sarah, she's a teacher, and we're taking things slow. I moved to a new apartment last month. Smaller, but it's mine. No ghosts. I finished that coding project at work and got a bonus. I've learned I'm more resilient than I thought. Betrayal breaks you for a while, but then you wake up one day and realize you're okay. That's a weird kind of freedom. I hope Emma figures her shit out. I hope David never works in a position of power again. And I hope Jessica finds peace. That's it. Thanks for reading.